All right, guys, it's time for another match cast. Get ready for it, guys. Andy, Matkap, coming up in the next minute. Gonna be a good one. Round 2 brackets between these two runners. We're in the round of 16 now within this tournament. Fairly long tournament, being the main one, usually runs a couple of months. So we're at the tail end of it now. In the next, month or so, we'll have a winner declare. But we got to play a game 1 inverted keys first. Both of these runners, by the way, pogged when they got the inverted keys. Myself, I wouldn't pog, but it's not that bad. So it's starting flute for both our runners in this mode, and keys have been included to invert it to kind of make it a little bit better. A mode I've not played before. I think I've done inverted keys like once. I've definitely done the inverted entrance with Andy. I didn't like it, but they're gonna get rolling soon, so I'm gonna cut that music. We're gonna get the audio to Andy. We're gonna enjoy ourselves some randomizer for the next 2 hours. Okay, we're getting going now. And just easy early starting pearl for both our runners in Link's house, aka the bomb shop. Let's see where they kind of decide to go with the flute here. Andy's gonna go Mire area, Matkap gonna go into the pod area. So starting flute in this mode is really opened up the C-gen, the fill, and like what can kind of develop in early Dark World. I would see the early pearl, as we see Matkap taking a death there, unfortunate. Would really open up some options to kind of keep him in Dark World, but then we get an early pearl. So it's like, it's kind of crazy to get that early. Whoa, Tunic MSU, Andy's mixing it up. I know. The classic. Matt fluting over to 4 here. 3, and is going to immediately go into Thieves Town. Another strong play. Myra's Bombos could call out. Chat. I really like Matt. Ooh, Matt getting a sword early in Thieves Town. This is a really strong play here. I really like Matt just kind of going for the dungeons first, much like Andy. Andy going for that early Marsha check, which I like. I think there's a lot of checks I kind of like in this instance, right? But Matkap going right to 3. He knows there's 4 quick items he can get here. And he's going to get rewarded with like a really early sword. So if Andy does play early Skull, which is kind of where he's walking towards, he's going to be a little bit slow if he decides to go to the back mid-vanilla big key spot. And that is appearing where he's going to go. So, of course, he can do the front. But he's going to walk his little pug boy ass right over there. And, you know what? If you script it properly, it's okay. But he has to deal with killing these jellies first. So, that's kind of the bigger concern. Find the big key to pod on Matkap side in Thieves Town. All right. Andy stealing the key on the left side of Skull. Kind of a standard play in keys. Makes it so you don't really get locked in the pinball room. It's the main consideration there. Matkap taking the S&Q Death Warp is going to stay in Village Spellcast for now. Getting 300 rupees. Andy getting a bomb drop there from the second jelly. That's actually a really nice drop for him. Gets another small key to Thieves Town. Interesting small key to get early. And decides to take the Death Warp. Without any mirror. The wise choice. Matkap getting a book. That book's important. So in Inverted, book is the only entry into Desert. So very free find. Easy find for the runners. If Desert is a crystal dungeon that is super required. So really nice. And Andy gonna follow up here. I like this play. I've seen him do it a couple times where he kind of goes through this drop down here, mainly to farm bombs. Gets a hook shot for his trouble. So now he's gonna have early hookshot cave on the radar if he so chooses, but he has the option available to him now. Not finding too much there in Distillery from Matkap side. And we're gonna see this left prison chest here. More money for Andy. Okay. Let's see the pit room here. We see a blue boomerang. And Matkap, having tons of money from that 300 rupee chest, is going to go ahead to dig game here. Using that blue boomerang to kind of defend himself against those Stalfos. Sorry, Gibdos. And we see a mushroom here from Matkap on race game. Okay. And he has him queuing to the house. Let's see where he's going to go next. He isn't fluting, so it looks like he is going to go to Hype Cave first. Easy call to kind of go to 5-item cave very quick. Drops the bomb there because the goblin hit him, but has tons of bombs still. Is okay. No problems for him. But will be his last bomb here. See a compass for Dark Palace on Matkap's side on the Stumpy, and we're gonna get some information here for Eastern from Andy. Big key to Ganon's Tower already found. Thank God that's free. So this tracker doesn't have a big key spot for Ganon's Tower, guys. So, so we're just gonna, since it's so free and both runners are gonna have it, we're just not gonna worry about it. Easy call, guys. No, thanks. Appreciate that. So one of the main cool things about this project is it's been able to work on my commentary and strengthen it a little bit better, talk a little bit slower, more pronounced, just kind of maintain that conversation piece with the audience, and also just kind of make it enjoyable, right? All right, Matt is going to go ahead now to Meyer area on his side. He's going to get that information from Meyer Bombos. Andy, meanwhile, just kind of reversing in Matt's footsteps there from just a short while ago. Going to go ahead to now clean up dig game. I believe pick out that mushroom there. Also has the archer game, and he's going to go for the X99 here. One of Andy's favorite activities. Hit inverted. And easy every time. There is kind of a script to that. Like, there's patterns that you can recognize on when to shoot the arrow. I just don't care to learn it, me personally. All right, Matt gonna kind of do a take two here on pod. It was kind of weird they went pod area, right? Like, I think he was going maybe pyramid side. I didn't really catch the death, honestly. So I was thinking, yeah, he's gonna go pyramid side first. That's why I was like kind of wondering, like, why is he going to pod when he doesn't have rupees, right? So pyramid is that call here. Kind of an aggressive play, honestly. Just kind of with Skullwoods open. You don't have Quakefish, so it's just, you're just coming in for pyramid here. Andy taking care of Old Man Rescue. Which Andy will be able to cash in, no problem. Okay, we see a small key on pyramid. Interesting. Small key to pod. Okay. So we have the big key and the small key to pod for Matkap's side. All right. And Matt looks like he's going to go ahead into Skull Woods now. So Uncle works a little bit, Uncle, I always call him Uncle and Old Man. That's like my thing. Old Man works a little bit differently here in Inverted, where you have to go into the Light World to kind of utilize them. But in Dark World, that Bumper Cave entrance exit is basically how you need to capture him or guide him to his hut or home in Death Mountain. Andy has no fear walking by that stupid pink balloon. Oh my god. If he got stuck, that was his own fault. Not gonna lie. Yeah, Andy has a really good option here, honestly, is now he can just rescue Old Man here and then do 7 chest Paradox Cave. Gets a big key for his troubles to Misery Mire. Interesting. Early big key. But it's mainly the only Light World they can really do right now. So you still need those considerations of like Glove Hammer to be able to get into Dark World, just because it is inverted. It still operates the same way. This is kind of the one key call out that it doesn't operate the same way. In the sense that you can still do a bunch of Light World stuff on the mountain. And speaking of which, we have our glove here. Matt picking up his small key into Thieves Town. So Andy will be getting the first glove. Okay, awesome. And then he's going to round out this visit into checking out that Paradox Cave and Spiral. Can't enter in Hera yet without any kind of hammer. And doesn't have a mirror, so can't do any stuff on the right side of Death Mountain yet. He can, though, once he's done this trip, simply S and Q to the Old Man Rescue or Old Man Cave, and that'll put him on Dark World Death Mountain. With starting flute, it's not that big of a consideration, but it is still something that he can get back to quicker, and then he can so choose to go to Dark World Death Mountain if he so chooses after that. All right, Matt getting his boomerang. Interesting to note so far, Andy does not have his sword yet. He's not gone in Thieves Town. Smoking a Misery Mire for Andy's side. Matt is probably going to flute to 1 here. Yes, he does with that hook shot. Now, does he choose to stay in the Dark World, or does he choose to kind of follow Andy's path here and go into the Light World first? I almost feel like there's more incentive to go kind of the Dark World section first. My thought process is if you can score a hammer in that Dark World Death Mountain segment, you can kind of chain it together in Hera. And Matt is going for hookshot, but no, he's going to go Light World first as well. Doesn't actually pick up Old Man here. So he's going to lose out on that Mire Big Key for now, but will run into a glove here. And Andy not really finding anything there in the 7 chest cave that I noticed, at least. Didn't look like anything. Nope. Okay. Andy? Andy, please. There we go. Alright, so Matt picking up his glove. Is gonna try for the bomb jump here. Like his, I've never seen that lineup, actually. Is it that free? Oh, easy Titans from Andy. Okay. Spiral has the Titans here. So that's now like full, quote unquote, full Light World access now. Andy can just kind of flute to 3 here and take that Village of Outcasts to Cat Creek Go Warp with those Titans. Also, what he could have done, actually. Oh, he's going to go Desert Area first. Interesting. What Andy could have done, actually, is he could have just dropped down and taken the warp. Wait, does that exist? I have to think in, like, inverted brain here. Does that actually exist? I don't know if it does. No, it does, because he can drop down the turtle. No, he has to be in Dark World for that. Never mind. I'm confusing myself, chat. These things happen. Big key immediately for Andy here. Going to Thieves Town. Interesting. Okay. So having that big and small key is great. Doesn't have a hammer to get to that big chest, but now has full access to basically clear the dungeon. Has not visited. Has not picked up that sword in the first chest yet. Also has not picked up his pod big key in there as well. Alright, Matt picking up his big key here to ice. Gonna get some more bombs in Akina Cave. Just gonna S and Q here, so it's a quick visit. So one of the annoying things to deal with here in Inverted is that with the flute utilizing and operating in the Dark World, a lot of these Light World travel segments, specifically without boots, are going to be kind of painstakingly slow, right? They won't be able to operate as normal and, like, say, flute to Kakariko and then flute to Desert Area and then flute to, you know, Swamp Area, Dam Area, I should say, in Light World, flute to Ice Rock Cave. They can't do any of those kind of shortcuts. So I have to be very kind of methodical in how they want to route in that light world. I find that's a big mistake I make, is that I just kind of pick a route, but then I end up like shoehorning myself away from checks. So I feel like that's maybe why Andy's just going back to Dark World here. I think is the right call, and is going to kind of go and play early Hookshot Cave and Super Bunny. Yes, this is game 1 of the best of 3. Round 2 of brackets. Of the Link to the Past main tournament. Okay, just 100 rupees. What else is Andy gonna find here? Some more rupees. Alright, so Hookshot Cave had nothing. Matt is gonna go into Kakariko Village now with those Titans immediately too. Strong play, lots of checks here. We see that TR's Bombos as well. Okay. We're going to see well from Matkap and Super Bunny here from Andy. Just a compass from the first chest in the well. Heart piece. Red boomerang. Fire shield for Andy. Master sword for Matkap. The lamp as well. Okay. So Matt now with the 2 sword to 0 advantage. Andy will find that sword pretty quickly, though. I imagine he's fluting the 3 now. Yeah, he's going to go to Light World here at this point. Oh, he's going to Thieves Town, actually. Interest? No? Maybe? Question mark? Maybe? Oh, he's going to go in after. Okay. He's going to do Village Bellcast first. I was like, why are you opening it, boy, and just leaving? Makes more sense now. All right, Matt finding a small key to Hyrule Castle. Small key to Misery Mire. Hyrule Castle, not that important of a key anyways. They have gloves. They have lamp. It's not that important. We do see our first small key to Matkap here for Ganon's Tower. Unfortunately, we do not have a Ganon's Tower tracker. This is like probably the one downside of this tracker I'm using. Maybe in future episodes, question mark, I'll upgrade. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe. Get rid of that shield. I don't know. It's probably the one I'll get rid of, honestly. Yep. Book was in chess game. Sandy has gotten that now. I see chicken coop here from Matt. Yeah, so to kind of further the conversation on how inverted can be kind of infuriating to route is now they have this mushroom, they can't just easily cash in flute to 2 and just kind of deal with it. No problem, right? Like they actually have to walk there. And the warps are generally speaking extremely far away from this thing. So like any way you can kind of think about how they would route it in, it's going to take a while to get there. All right, Andy's going to get his first sword here and his lamp. In well, which is good for him. He finally gets a sword at 16 minutes. Meanwhile, little as you know, he's a little behind on that sword count. Just a wee smidge. Get her a boomerang. That's the perfect spot. Yeah, right beside the boomerang. You're right. Let's give them both the boomerangs now. It's fine. Okay, Matt's gonna check out library here. Sees this is small keys. That's the point of interest we need to kind of remember. You always hate seeing keys in those kind of weird spots. Not the best spot to see a small key, so they're gonna have to make either a note or a mental note of that. Andy gonna get his small key to Hyrule Castle here. Okay. And also this Ganon Tower key. I see a fire rod here from Matt's side. Okay. Nice. All right, so that's essentially early Skull now for the guys. So they have Thieves and Skull they can complete for crystal, or we don't know if it's crystals or not. Sorry, for dungeons. But not a whole lot else they can do right now. You know, no hammer to be able to complete ice. No bow for Eastern Pod. No ice rod raking for TR or mirror for that instance. I guess mirror is not required. It's a medallion, but Oh god, there's really not much else they can do. So we might see like an early Thieves' Skull play from our runners at this point. We do have a little bit of a Light World still do. I imagine Matt's gonna check out. Okay, so he is gonna go Castle Tower first. All right, so I was wondering if he's gonna check out Bomb Shop here just to see what the 5/6 crystals were, but he's gonna go ahead and play Hyrule Castle, which isn't a bad play. Now, at this point, honestly, with you playing Hyrule Castle this early and with that Hyrule Castle key in tow, it wouldn't be that bad of a play for Matt to do full Hyrule Castle. And then being inverted, he can kind of... He sees a big key to Eastern Palace. Interesting. Then he can just kind of route it into full clear Sank, go through the vanilla exit in Sank, and then he's like back in Light World near Kakariko, and he can do like the Lost Woods stuff they didn't do. It's not a bad route, honestly. Maybe he was thinking about this the whole time, but what he does lose out of it is, you know, Dam and the mini Moldorm Cave, which is a lot more items. But he kind of catches that up a little bit with Hyrule Castle. Okay, Andy getting his Fire Rod. So question in chat, like, why does Andy throw chicken into the wall in the chicken house? Memes is the main answer. So it's called chicken clip, and it's where if you throw the chicken at the wall as the wall is exploding, the chicken will actually clip through. The downside of doing this, if you don't time it properly, it will actually soft lock your game. And the chicken will get stuck in the wall and basically will prevent you from progressing further through the wall, so you can't actually get in or out. Matt finding Ice Rod here early at Escape, so the play really paying off here for Matt. Suspicious early Ice Rod, honestly. Being inverted with like that easier access to TR as well, that's kind of interesting. Because you no longer need a hammer to be able to enter in Thieves Town and... Okay, so Thieves Town Desert is the Fat Fairy. You no longer need a hammer to be able to enter in TR now. Being inverted. Okay. So Andy following suit as well, checking out Escape first. I wonder if they're thinking like the exact same route. Because I don't think either of them did Lost Woods. So they're probably thinking to route that in after. And then maybe take like the warp. No, they can't. They don't have flippers. Maybe walk to Mushroom. That's a lot of walking, but maybe. They'd have Graveyard as well. Since it is inverted, it is open to them. Matt is going to Death Warp here. So yeah, he is going to kind of leverage in. Andy to follow suit into Hyrule Castle. So yeah, pretty much same thought process from both our runners here. Okay. So Andy now going to pick up his Ice Rod in that first chest of Escape. I don't remember if they do double damage since it's inverted. I think the Ropas do double damage, actually, now that I think of it. So you generally do not want to get hit by them. Okay, just bombs in the... Just bombs in the Dark Cross there. Okay, so we're gonna get a quick sneak peek of what's in back three. Again, I imagine Andy to follow suit here. Very similar route. Both of our runners did not check Lost Woods, so it's starting to make more and more sense the more I watch this. And just a lot of money. So Matt is gonna elect to go full exit here. Unfortunately, he misses a little bit on the bomb. Andy's setting up for his Death Warp as well, so yeah. Gonna entirely follow suit. So yeah, early on, at least on Andy's side, he knows that Thieves Town is a crystal. But right now with that Fire Rod and big key to Thieves, there's another small key to Ganon's Tower there from the Sanctuary chest. It's seemingly gonna just progress our runners to kind of visit back there and kind of just clear those 2 dungeons, at least at this point. We still do have a little bit of light world to kind of leverage and explore if the runners choose to do so. Matt's actually gonna go to, okay, yeah, he's gonna go to K40, not K45, Graveyard first. Which makes sense, actually, now that I think of it. Does he go Lost Woods, or is he just gonna go Cash and Mushroom next? Interesting. All right, so he's gonna go Mushroom side. Okay, I'm following along now. Oh, misses the shortcut, unfortunately. So you saw that arrow there. So it's kind of like how Light World, Dark World works. Everyone kind of knows the Dark World hookshot path. I need either like flippers or hammer or glove, and then you hookshot across. Well, in Light World, it's the inverse. You'll see the arrow kind of pointing them, saying, hey, yeah, you can just hookshot. So Matt actually could save a little bit of time there by just hookshotting across the riverside. Honestly, though, really, like, I would totally expect everyone to make that, or most people to make that mistake. Matt just S&Qing from the potion shop. Okay, so doesn't want to go any further. Doesn't have enough rupees for Zora. Can't check Waterfall. Doesn't really have ancillary requirements to do Zora Ledge, so it would just be Zora. Well, actually, it does have money for Zora, but just doesn't want to kind of do the commitment. Okay, that's fine. Meanwhile, he's going to go ahead and check out Desert Area here. So this is a play Andy did a little bit earlier. And Andy also going to be exiting through here the vanilla intended way through Sanctuary. And it's going to do the exact same route here. Okay. Okay. I see how this is going to be. Matt actually going into desert here. I don't mind the play. Doesn't have desert big key. Also doesn't have information that this is a crystal yet either. So it's kind of an interesting dip. I would say this is the first real kind of, yeah, I kind of want to take a stab at something kind of moment, right? Like where you're thinking about your options and you're like, you know, I just kind of want to go here. The problem with it is you don't have that small key for right side. You don't have boots for this torch check here. And you don't have big key to be able to complete the dungeon or really kind of go to the back and get that big chest item either. So it's a pretty low yield play. We'll get a bottle out of it though, the first bottle we've seen. Andy gonna stick with it here in, yeah, so he's gonna finish off the Lost Woods area. He's also gonna check out the Lumberjacks check here. And we see a bow. That's big knowledge for Andy. Okay. Okay. This seed's kind of garb. It's kind of garbage. So we know boots are required for that bow. We don't know if that's the only progressive bow. That's just really good intel for Andy here. So that's, I want to say early advantage for Andy at this point. Now that's going to drive him in a couple of different ways, right? So we see a small key here for Turtle Rock. Okay, so it's our first TR key. Oops. First TR key. Gotcha. Matt also now picking up that big key to Thieves, I believe. Yep. Okay. Lumberjacks doesn't mean anything till double CT key. So the way it's going to matter for Andy is it's going to drive his routing now. So he doesn't have information that, you know, what Eastern or Pod are, if they're crystal or pendant. So he doesn't know at that point, you know, are these even crystals? How many Castle Tower keys? It kind of just like de-leverages Eastern Pod for that. But as I say that, Andy is going towards Pod here. So with the information gathered, me personally, I would not be heading the Pod at this point, knowing that I have a bow at Lumberjacks. But Andy's just like, nah, man, I'm just gonna go. So Kind of a conflict here of mindset, I would say. This is 100% the play I would not make, just finding a bow at Lumberjacks. Okay. I mean, if he finds one, he's like just rando Jesus, right? Okay, sees that we actually have Skull Crystal here. I don't know if he meant to do that on purpose to pause, or he just kind of hit map by accident. Yeah, I don't know about the play either, honestly. Pod with no keys. I'm pretty sure he doesn't have the big key. Let me just investigate. Yeah, it doesn't have any keys for Pod. My tracking is on point today, believe it or not. Doesn't have big key, doesn't have small key. Matkap has one of each. Interesting play, honestly. Okay, we get a small key to Turtle Rock, so that's a second now. Matkap, meanwhile, gonna check out the mini Moldorm cave. Okay, so we're gonna see Red Root map. Ice Palace, good, more information. Another key to Ganstar. So Matt has enough now. He has 2. I believe Andy has 2 as well. And yeah, Andy just gonna go ahead and mimic clip this. Okay. Maybe trying looking for info to see what's locked behind bow. Oh, Matkap got another sword. Ooh, must have got that damn area. Must have missed that. I mean, yeah, but it's definitely not worth the trip, I don't think. Definitely do not think this is worth the trip. I don't even know if I can call this defensive. I think this is really aggressive to make this play with the knowledge he has. Like, you can argue maybe that like he's a little worried that Matt might have came here early, but it's kind of a stretch at this point, honestly. And again, I'm going to point out that he has information that bow is on Lumberjacks, guys. There's 2 bows in the game world. We don't know if one is in GT or not, right? So, okay, so Matt got a key to Skullwoods here. Is going to stay in the light world. Red Ruby. Final chest and pod for Andy to check. Heart piece. That's a pretty big time commitment. It's a pretty big time commitment. Andy gonna make the play here now into Thieves Town. Okay, so this is way more expected. Probably will chain this together in with Skullwoods. This is gonna pick up his Master Sword now. Fortunately, missing out on that Tempered, so Matt's been kind of a step ahead with the swords the whole game. As Matt's taking the the lone hero snipe bullet there, will not be able to chain together into Zora areas, so he's gonna miss out on Waterfall Cave and Zora. Kind of a bad miss from Matt's side, but just one of those unfortunate moments. The bullet kind of came off screen, wasn't really expecting it. And he's just gonna kind of go ahead and pivot into Thieves Town here instead. But yeah, it's been kind of ahead on swords pretty much the entire race here. Andy now gonna get his pod big key, which is kind of funny. Still doesn't have that small key. Where did he miss that small key from? That's what I'm wondering. Where did he miss it from? What to think about that one. Bandy has a better shield clear advantage. It's not how that works. Pot small is on pyramid. That's actually a great call. Okay, awesome. Thank you, chat. So hilariously enough, Matt's aggressive play to pyramid has paid off with the pot small key. It's the only one we found in the first 32 minutes, which is a little weird. And that's kind of another reason why I think it's a little weird that Andy would go in there that early. Like, generally speaking, I would normally want to float over to pod if I had tons of keys. And I don't want to make that sound like overly obvious, but I feel like, especially in the first like 10 to 15 minutes, if I'm like 3 or 4 keys in, I know I want to go to pod like right away, basically. Inverted or not, right? Like, it's just, hey, I have all these keys available. They were in earlier spheres. you know, there's a really good chance that I could put something there. And I get what you guys are saying that, oh yeah, well maybe he's banking on something being boat locked. I mean, that's so far out there, guys. There's so much information missing for me to kind of agree with that call at that point. I think it's more Andy just wants to play with a little bit of risk. And he might like be thinking, hey, I want to see what's locked behind that boat, but I think that's just, it's more risk. Andy dying. That's not good. So Andy leaving. All right. So Andy's going to leave. Matt's going to continue here in the Thieves. Actually on 2 hearts, so he's not really any better right now. I should mark that he has that bottle, actually. Andy's going to go back into Light World, so he's not going to continue on through Skull. Okay. We see a shovel here. All right. All right. And he might be waiting for Hammer to finish Thieves Town. I'm going to suggest that Andy is not the caliber of runner I would expect to spend 2 minutes for one chest and then say, no, I don't want to do more chests. So Andy definitely died. It wasn't with his control. He just died. Yeah, Andy going to go to the dam. He is going to pick up his tempered sword. So this is going to be a big play for him, honestly. It's going to even out the sword count. Let's get blue tunic from Matt's side and the first crystal. Known, but still nice. And the only thing from Matt's side, at least at this point, is that big chest is orphaned. So if you're a believer of the plot armor, guys, that's how Andy kind of... I don't want to say gets back in it because it's way too early. I don't think there's any clear lead right now other than a crystal lead. But if you're a firm believer of that plot armor nonsense, then yeah. that would be it, guys. That would be it. All right, so Matt is going to go ahead and leverage into Skullwoods here. Andy going to go ahead and play Moleworm Cave. misses a Moldorm with hook shot. It happens, guys. It's impressive when it happens, but it happens. He's going to get that other GT key. Okay, so that's where the other one was. That's right. That's right. Matt did not steal that small key before, so now he has 2. Does not have to kill that Gibdo for the small key. It's going to speed him up a little bit on his way to the boss. So there's 2 more items here in Skull. The only chest Matt will not be able to do is that Skull big chest, unless big key is over here. And Andy going to give us a look at Ice Rock Cave. So another good pivotal point here to kind of keep an eye out on for is if Andy elects to go into Zora area. So Matt actually took that that bullet from the sniper Zora from Kansas and lost his water walk. So in Andy's case, like if he's able to leverage that and gets like good keys or good gear out of it, like say boots, that's gonna be a big win for him over Matt on the early game here. Matt is gonna go into this moth fight with a little bit less magic than I generally would, but he has enough for 1 fire rod shot. Did he get grabbed there? He got grabbed there. Oh, that's really unfortunate. He's almost out of magic. Okay, so he's going to have to burn his blue magic here that he got on Desert. So that's super lucky that he got that, guys. Because now he doesn't have to farm. And farming the magic here is awful without a mirror. So I would check stun pack, honestly. I don't think we've seen it from either runner. He's going to do that. Okay, good. Smart, smart. No, he's not. Ooh. I would 100% check this stun pack, see if it's magic, but that's fine. He has enough. It's fine. No big deal. Actually not using the blue potion. That's actually really, really, really good. See, oh, easy game. Oh, the stun is start. Okay, maybe he didn't know that. All right. Thanks for the call, Nate. And you go ahead and check it out. Hobo, which we knew was 20 rupees. Let's see. The moth fight and kind of that waterfall cave at the same time. So Madeline now 3.5 hearts to your blue mail. So everything's going to do 1 heart of damage, basically, per hit. It has Tempered Sword, though, so... Easy fight, question mark? Yes, okay. A little dicey there. It's a little hard to control when you get in some of those movement patterns and spikes are coming at you, but he salvages the fight. Good work. He gets a second crystal, so he's got a 2 crystal lead now on Andy. What is Andy going to find here in Waterfall Cave? Heart Piece and bombs. Unfortunate. Alright, Matt going to give us the final chest, at least for now, that we can take a look at here in Skullwoods. You see a blue tunic here on Zora Ledge. Don't believe Andy can get that with this Ancilla availability that he has. We just see 10 arrows in the back of Skull. Okay, so there's nothing in Skull. There's really nothing in Thieves. Okay. A heart piece from Zora. Yo, thanks, Blaine. How's the race going so far? It's pretty good. Honestly, it's pretty good. I would still say it's a pretty close race. Like, you know, we have Matt here on a 2 crystal lead. But generally speaking, anything sub-hour in like a key seed, even if it's a crystal lead, I'm kind of like, you know, it's a good advantage to have, but it's not over yet. There's still a lot of game to happen here. All right, I believe Andy's taking this path here just to check out the mushroom. From there, I imagine S&Qs. Matt now gonna play Castle Tower. Interesting. Is it a best of 3 or 1? It is a best of 3. All brackets are best of 3, including the finals. Okay. What do we have here in Castle Tower? Big key. Ooh. Ooh, ooh. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. That's an interesting big key spot. All right. So now Matt has option to clear Desert Palace, which of course is another red crystal. So they have access now to kind of get another crystal under the belt. Doesn't know it yet, actually. Has not checked the bomb shop for that information. So kind of just stumble upon his 3rd crystal whenever he so chooses to go back there. But maybe not as good of an option. I don't know. Maybe like he just wants to do it because it is a dungeon he can complete. Maybe that's what he's thinking at this point. Andy heading over to Saha actually proves to me a liar, saying that he would S&Q. Does not. I imagine Eastern follows. And again, Andy getting into a trap of checking bow-locked areas, but he might need to, right? So Green Pendant is Ice Palace today. Okay. Small key to pod and a bow. Okay, so yeah, we don't need that bow at Lumberjacks. So unfortunate for Andy in the sense that he's already gone kind of the pod, but it's really good for him. You know, he's like, Christ, now I don't have to find 2 Castle Tower keys. All right. The bad news about that now, though, is that Desert Palace big key is in the first test of Castle Tower. So that bow is just going to put him further away from that, right? So I feel like that's going to be the story for Andy, is when he goes and gets that key. That's a kind of a weird spot. Like, people will say, yeah, it's not that long to get to. You can just like S&Q to uncle or old man or whatever. I feel like that key's like miles away from him at this point. Matt, I imagine is going to go to Desert here. Yeah, he's going to flute back to 6. He's going to double dip Desert here. Does not have Desert small key, but is going to be able to complete the dungeon. Will actually get his 3rd crystal on Andy here. By the time Andy finishes Eastern. Yeah, he did get his 3rd sword, actually. Interesting so far. So what are we getting this? Is it going to be in this Eastern or Desert? Like, stats-wise, I imagine Eastern's going to have the item. A progression here. We see Bombos. So that's Meyer entry. Okay. Answers my question. So we have entry into Meyer. We'll have 7 of 8 chests available. I imagine Andy will want to play that relatively soon. Has Skullwoods in the pocket, though. Has Thieves Town still to complete. I imagine Andy doesn't play Thieves for a while, though, with that death. So if he doesn't play that for a while, I don't see him going to Skull either. So yeah, maybe he plays Mire now at this point. I think that's where he's going to end up going. Okay. Matt, I think I missed what was in your big chest. I didn't see anything worth. Gonna do a quick confirm. Nothing worth that I see. Just like nothing at all. Yep, nothing worth. Okay. Just a wee pick at his tracker. Just a wee peek. Still bootless. 44 minutes into. The inverted classic, as I know it as. Like every time I play inverted, generally speaking, I almost never run into boots. And while our runners are treated with that early starting flute, which is nice for movement. Again, in light roll that unfortunately does not factor. We see flippers here from Andy and Eastern. So bombos and flippers. So now we have not only option now to Mire, we also have Ice Palace, like half the dungeon open. I believe a big key to ice was found. Yeah, Andy found it, and so did Matt. Okay. I'm gonna fight for Matt. Had to use a spin there. And Lamo's down. Not that big deal if you miss a fire rod shot, I believe, on the first or second one. Which one was it? I think it was Ari that mentioned it. It wasn't that much of a time loss. If it was the first or second one on that first cycle. It's only about like 4 to 6 seconds. All right, Andy's setting up to kind of fight off the Armos Knights here. Second bow was in Sash. It was in Sash Cave. So we have Andy's first dungeon. We do not know if this is a crystal or pendant yet. Actually, we know it's a crystal because the sea is staring me in the face. Don't you just love that little letter, guys, on the side of your screen there? That's so cool. What a cool addition. All right, he's gonna get his first crystal here. Nice. But still down 3-1 right now. Matt kind of enjoying and kind of maintaining that 2 crystal lead over Andy. Honestly, if I was on Matt's side at this point, like I'd be feeling pretty good with how I played this seed, right? Like I have 3 crystals, it's 46 minutes in. I kind of have the thought process that maybe the seed's free. But then I find that desert big key, I'm like, maybe I'm playing it pretty well, right? Like Andy. Oh, this is a man that is playing with some risk today. Okay, so Andy's gonna play Ice Palace Hammerless. Pen and Ice Palace Hammerless. Why are you? Does he feel behind from Thieves? Or is this just kind of on his game plan? I mean, it kind of chives with his game plan from earlier of playing Bolas Pod. Maybe he just generally feels behind. Interesting play. Why's the mirror? God, this guy. Chat, I hate Andy. All right, so mirror opens up. I don't believe anything. No, that's a lie. Opens up swamp. Does it though? I don't even know how swamp operates in inverted. I'm like the worst to cast this right now, guys. Inverted is not my specialty. But yeah, hammerless ice just turns up a mirror. If we find hammer here, this is gonna be bad for Matkap, honestly. But it all depends on when Matt kind of options his play to Sash and gets that bow right. So if he finds that bow, that just kind of takes him away from further things. He is playing pod without the bow here as well, but does have 2 small keys. So I'd say a much stronger play than Andy's here to pod. Oh yeah, that's right. So it's like the mirror still operates the same. They just have to be in the light world. I was like thinking about it for a minute. I was like, how the hell does that mirror work again? Inverted? What a dumb mode. Alright, map getting the information on desert. And he finding a red rupee. Sandy's gonna be feeling pretty good about honestly the mirror find. But he's also gonna be nervous that there might be a free hammer in thieves or skull, right? I think that's the main concern he would have on the back of his head at this point. At least if I were in his shoes, I'd be worried about a hammer being free. Like, it's a good play until hammer's free. That's the way I look at it. Alright, Matt, of course, going to be setting up for hammer jump here. He's going to go reset through the room. This is the safe play to do it. That way, if you do mess up hammer jump, you don't have to go up and down the stairs for a big time penalty. Matt with an excellent hammer jump here, by the way. Very quick. Gets rewarded with half magic for the big chest. So this is logically required to have 6 small keys to be able to visit this place. So very, very fringe that you're going to find something here. What you're kind of hoping to find at this point, honestly, my opinion, is the boots. Or maybe another bow at this point is what I would really want to find here. Actually gets a big key to Skullwoods. Okay, that's a red flag, guys. Hold on. Everyone stop. All right. I find a big key to Skull in Pod Dark Maze. I am not looking at that big chested skull for a very long time. All right. No way, no how. Especially since, you know, they've already done Skull. 0 chance, right? All right, Annie finding nothing else here in ice. Mirroring out. He's going to go ahead and flute here. Where are you going to go next, Meyer? He's thinking about... No, he's going to pivot back to 3. Okay, he was thinking Meyer. He's like, no, that's stupid. I want to go to... either Skull or he's going to back to Light World here. Where is he going to go? He's going to go back to Light World. Okay. Interesting. He does have mirror, right? So he can do the Smith chain now. He's very effectively. How ahead now is Andy? Not very, if any. If you were to ask me right now, I would tell you that Matt is quite in the lead at this point. That being said, it's a trade-off between Desert Big and that mirror. I feel like going to Ice is a much easier sell for Matt than Andy going to Castle Tower for 1 item. So it's only a matter of time, in my opinion, that Matt will find that mirror. In fact, that might be coming up now. Actually, no, he hasn't been in Eastern yet to get flips. He can kind of fake flipper there, though, right? So wait and see what he plays here. If he goes to 6, he's going Ice. Or 8, sorry. But no, he's going to go to 3. He's going to go back into Thieves. Why? Leaving. Andy, nothing at Smith's. Matt is out of there. He's like, wait a minute. What am I doing here? He's going to the Skull Big Chest. Hold on. Hold on. Chat, hold on. All right. What's in the Skull Big Chest? Oh, God. Okay. The cape is in Skull Big Chest. Okay. Okay. We see a Castle Tower small key on that purple chest. So that's now gonna, if you're an Andy aficionado, you're liking that small key find, because now that means Andy now has 2 items. Count them, 2 items at Castle Tower now he can check. In fact, that can be critical for him. If there's a secondary item up in that Castle Tower past that Desert Pig, the first chest, he's going to be in really good shape, honestly. But I feel like now his sight lines of Castle Tower are a lot better now, finding that small key. Like before, they weren't great. Now it's a lot better. Now it's a lot better. Okay, so we're gonna get our first look of Quick fish here from Matt. See junk, just money. And Matt is gonna go back to 3 here. Where are you gonna go next, Matt? Is he gonna do mirrorless smiths? He is. Okay. So he probably does smiths, captures it, and then I imagine staying in Light World for now. And if he does, that means he's going Sash Easter next, because I feel like that's the last big available play for him. And he's gonna get his blue goo as well. But in Andy's case, does not have that big key. Oh, Andy. Andy, no. Andy, no. Andy, no. Don't, no. No, Andy, no. This is... No, Andy, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. This is... chat room, this is not good. Oh, you're right. No, he's gonna save scum it. Okay. That's why he death warped. Okay. No, he's fine. He's fine. He's fine. He's fine. This is a great call, Nate. Great call. That's why he bombed. Grabbed the bomb at the end. Okay. While I think very clever, I generally wouldn't do this just because of the time commitment. If he finds something, it's great, right? But just generally speaking, I would not be spending my time on this. Just have to wait and see what we get. Red rupee. I think at this point the only way you don't like reset here is if it's like boots or a big key. It's the red cane. He has to make a decision here. He's gonna keep it. He's gonna keep it. Okay. I really don't like that he has that early at this point. Like, I would hate this. But the obvious play for him now is going into Mire, in which he is going to do right now. Furthermore, now he has TR. But sports fans, don't forget, on his way to TR, he has Castle Tower. He has that Desert Bicky looming. Swamp is the easy play. No, God, no. Yeah, no key. And he has Mire TR open now. Matkap, meanwhile, just cleaning up lost woods here. Did stay in Light World after that Smith check-in. I imagine he's going to go to Sash Eastern next. He's going to go to Pedestal first. Okay. Okay. Yeah, but in like terms of logic, guys, Andy is like in the weeds now. Like, he's in the weeds. Where is this desert? Is this desert small just gonna be a troll and gonna be here in Mire? Like, that'd be kind of funny. Matkap, meanwhile, gonna go to Mire. Okay. He's gonna say no to the rest of Light World. No, he's gonna go. Okay, so he's gonna stay in Light World. Where are you going? Where are you heading off to, lad? Oh, he's gonna go to Sash Eastern from here. I forgot. Because of this is what I was talking about earlier, with like Light World just being a massive pain in the dick to route properly. This is his fastest way to Eastern Sash. And that kind of came at the price of, you know, both runners routing Castle Tower as they did. Oh, is he gonna cash in Shovel first? Okay, he's gonna do Shovel first. No, he's just gonna go forward. Okay. Okay. Still has not checked out the bomb shop. Okay. Andy, small key. Desert Palace. What an... This seat's pretty clown, guys. This seat's pretty clown. Okay, so Red Cane in Desert right side, Desert small in Mire. amazing, right? This is the good stuff, right, guys? This is the cordon bleu of clown. All right, Matt gonna be picking up his bow and his other small key to pod here, which is good because now he can beat pod with that extra small key. Does not have a hammer yet to complete it, but now has a small key to be able to get to the boss. Minus, of course, the hammer, but has the key requirement now. That's some real clown shit though, guys. Like, in terms of like, if I was playing keys in general, I would be having a good chuckle myself. All right, Andy getting another key to Meyer here, so I believe has all three now. Finding more money. Matt gonna go right in Eastern, as he should. So Matt is now gonna have his 4th crystal here. I want to maintain that call out. Andy finding a useless quake here in Meyer. Takes a death on the skull pie. He's gonna have to continue on through and redo Meyer 2 to get through into the boss area. Also did not have bridge chest, but now Andy can just route past Meyer 2 into kind of Spider-Maning across the bridge to that bridge chest. So it's not too bad, but you don't want to be wasting time doing this. It's still slower to do this, but it's not that bad of a time waste. Still faster in double dipping. It's almost the same time now. Like, honestly, it's almost the same time. So hilariously enough, Andy's time gain's now more or less gone. He's gonna go this way anyways. Interesting. Is this actually faster? I just thought the left side was faster on re-entering, but maybe I'm wrong. Okay. Yep. So is leaving that bridge chest for last. Can just kind of go over there and hookshot cross. Heart piece, nothing. The real prize, guys, is going to be Vitreous, right? That's going to be the real winner there. That's going to be the good stuff. Did Andy get his shot? Did not yet, okay. Alright, Matt continuing his way through Eastern. No issues there. Has found his bombos. I almost want to say there's another key there in Eastern, so I'm not trying to deflect attention away from Matt right now, but just because I've already seen it. But then I remember, hey, it's Keysanity, and maybe I should pay attention to what he's doing. I'll do a quick key confirmation soon. So Andy approaching his Vitreous fight now. That's what was also in Eastern. Okay. The flippers. That's right. That's right. Oh, Andy. Andy, calm down, boy. Is gonna pop the blue immediately. Very honestly, season play. He takes one more hit from those small eyeballs, will die. Could take one more lightning hit. Could take 3 more slime hits with 3 hearts. So very seasoned. He's approaching this fight very carefully, almost too carefully, I would say. He has tempered, has tons of hearts. But he just doesn't want the fight to go off the rails, right? He doesn't want to lose any more time than he has this seed. He has taken a couple of bad deaths. We're going to find out what Meyer is, since we don't have a map yet. Small key to Swamp Palace and a crystal. This is a package deal. Package deal, chat. Okay, so Andy has Swamp. Now he has TR. He has options. But he doesn't have a lot of information, right? We know of one pendant being at Ice Palace. Both runners knowing this now. But I only need, what, 2 more crystals? At least from our view, right? And he's going to go to Castle Tower TR now. Does he go in, though? Matkap finishing off his 4th crystal here in Eastern. Where's this hammer? Castle Tower? So Andy's going to get his desert big key here. So this is good for him. But still, Matt maintaining this 2 crystal lead the whole race so far. Crazy. It's now 103. So this is like the mid to late point, I would say, in this seed, even though it is Keysanity inverted. Matt going right to ice is following suit in Andy. Okay, he's gonna get his mirror. No, does not. Only a heart piece in the castle tower chest. It's gonna go to Zora area. Okay, he does have the option to go back. He does have the option to go there quickly, but does know it's a pendant. It's essentially saying no to that mirror for now. Little does he know. Okay, so that's big for Andy, getting that big key to desert. That was probably one of the main barriers to his success today. But Andy already priming up that Bombos. Wants in TR. Has 2 small keys. And that TR big key. Actually does not have the TR big key. No one has the TR big key yet. Okay. Okay. That does have 2 keys. Okay. Just doing a quick checkerino here, guys. Matt still does not have Myers' big key. That's concerning. Okay, so Myers' big key was actually on Old Man in the mountains. So Matt has not rescued him yet. That's concerning. So that's as we know, required for multiple reasons, potentially. Meyer is a crystal number 1, but also number 2 is that it has Swamp small keys. So very interesting. Okay, Matt, where are you gonna go next? He's gonna go to Meyer area. Are you gonna go to Meyer? This makes sense. Yeah, he's gonna go into Meyer. Okay. He's gonna get that desert small. And probably gonna roll his eyes when he sees that red cane, honestly, on the right side. Not gonna lie. Now on his side, I do not believe has information about Meyer yet. Which is a problem for him because he's going to go in here and get his desert small. Say he finds another pod small key here. He's going to go ahead and get his desert small. Say he goes ahead and goes to desert right away. Like, do you go back into Meyer for just Vitreous, not knowing if it's a crystal or pendant? He probably leaves it, right? And the big problem with that is that it leads to Swamp having that small crystal. So, or that small key. So, if Swamp's a crystal, that could be a critical point here for Matt at that point. That could be almost dangerous. That could be worse than Andy's castle tower problem, which Andy kind of solved by just getting lucky kind of and running into a small key, right? But it is what it is. All right, Andy actually gonna leverage some inverted knowledge here and actually save some time on inverted TR. So the way this works is he can just kind of drop down and go right to Laser Bridge. Gamer knowledge, guys. All right, just gonna find a small key to Ice Palace. Red Rupee. Heart container, and what's the final item here? Another bottle. Okay. So again, key item we're still missing here is the hammer. Keys we're still missing here is not a lot, honestly. Not a lot. From my view, you have 5 crystals known. TR might be 6, Swamp might be 7, and he might be close to go here. He might be key go. If he finds hammer here in TR or in Swamp, if that's where he so chooses to go to next, could be in key go. Hera, though, I imagine, is a really easy option. Especially with Hera Pot, right? Not requiring that Hera big key. You're probably thinking if I haven't run into the Hera big key by now, though, I would imagine it's probably in GT and it's probably a pendant, but you still have that option to kind of play that if you want. Then they get GT Big Key. Yes, both runners have GT Big Key. There we go. One small key for Andy for CT. And I guess with how inverted works, you don't have to use all these small keys, don't you? Okay. All right, Matt getting his desert small. What are you gonna do with it? Are you gonna chase the drain? He does, doesn't he? He has to, right? Yeah, he's gonna chase it. That's a smart play. It's not so much that we already know what it is. I would be worried at that point finding that desert small there, honestly. Well, as you know, it's gonna be a jackpot, but he'll find out soon enough. Andy again. Bad death. These are piling up. These are costly for Andy right now. He hasn't played in like 4 days, right? But man. Ooh. So Andy actually reversing here to save keys. At this point, he can't. He has to go back. He has to go back because he has only 2 small keys left, right? So when he did lava chest, he locked himself into doing this full reverse. This is a big time penalty for Andy. This is minutes down the drain, guys. Matkap getting that red K and just rolling his eyes, I'm sure. All right, Matt, where do you go? Do you exercise Meyer in double dip? He's going to go TR. Okay, so this is what I thought Matt would do. So in his spot, he doesn't have information on Meyer if it's a crystal or pendant for him. It's a big commitment to go back in at this point for just Fiddy. So he's optioning this right. He's going to gravitate towards the high item density dungeon here in TR. The bad news for Matt is that he doesn't have enough TR small keys to complete it vanilla. And he doesn't have the mirror like Andy to be able to complete it here. He's got to be careful here. Okay. Oh, the ball and chain. Okay, it's fine. S and Qs. S and Qs? Doesn't have big key, that's why. Okay. I was a little frazzled, and I gotta admit a little dazzled by those ball and chain movements. Okay, Matt gonna go through the vanilla entry here. So this is rather unfortunate for him. He's gonna spend these small keys in the front. 2 is actually not enough to get him to laser either. It's gonna get him all the way to lava chest. So I feel like the really strong play here from Matt would just to be to do the front checks and then bail. If he so chooses, spend the key and do ball and chain. Right, but save that key and just kind of hold off for now. All right, Andy doing the desert big here. Just gonna mark off some shields that have been embarrassingly not tracked for so long, but who tracks shields anyways, right, guys? Matt, are you leave? No, he's gonna go for this check. Does he leave then if he left this for a second? Yeah, Andy gonna go ahead to the boss now. He's gonna continue on. Do you just do ball and chain, or do you? There's no way he spends all the keys, right? You have flippers too, right? Like you have Ice Palace now. Because the next, if he goes past this, oh guys, the next thing he does is ice, and he's gonna get that mirror And then he's gonna realize what a mistake. Like it's all hindsight, right? Like it's not a him fault thing. Let's see what he does. He's gonna play it. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Okay. Again, this is really hindsight talking at this point, right? But we know it's not the right call to do this. I feel like in an side on the side of caution, it's not the right play, but you know, it's like anything can happen. You can find hammer here, right? So I get it. Andy 1 slash away from that Lamo. But is actually going to reduce down the crystal lead now. First time this race down to 1. Has 2 easy crystals in the pocket, though, I want to call it, guys. Has Skull and Thieves available. Surprising he's put off Skull for this long. Is it still kind of close? Absolutely it is. But a crystal lead is still a crystal lead. What? Wait, what is Matt doing? Did I miss... Guys, did I miss Matt dying? Is that what I missed? Why? There's no other way. Yeah, he had to have died, right? Okay, he did. I'm like, why is he going back? Okay. All right, well, that's good to even up more time for Andy at that point, right? Andy taking his share of deaths this race. Calm, not paying attention. My apologies. Sheriff error. It's been a long week, chat. It's been a long week, all right. All right, Andy optioning to Skullwoods here. Easy play, honestly. Oh. But Matt died though, right? Did he save? Hold on. Hold. Stop. Scummed the pokey key. That's what he did. Okay. So I didn't know where he died. I heard Anti-Fairy. I didn't know if he died on the way to the tubes or if he died post-pokey. Okay. Thanks, Willard. And Matt making his way to Ice Palace. He's going to see that mirror immediately. He's going to feel like a route god now finding that. So some really smart scums, I would say, from both our runners. I would probably do neither of them. But you know what? They're working out. Maybe I'm the one that's wrong. I don't even really like this mode, so why am I criticizing it? I don't know. Like, I just kind of see them. I'm like, it's a lot of time to do these, but they're working out, right? Like, I trust these guys know what they're doing. All right, Andy gonna just about equate the crystal lead here. Matt finding the mirror. He's just rolling his eyes. Late hammer find is just awful. It's really bad. I feel like in Andy's circumstance, he's probably nervous that I missed it here in Skull or Thieves at this point. And he's going to laugh when he finds out it's not in either. And then in Matt's circumstances, like he's just kind of, he played the early game very strong. But I feel like he's stumbling a little bit, not so much to his fault, but more just on how the seed has played the late game, right? Like, Desert Small in my... Oh, nice shield block on that arrow. I guess he does have the flipper, so it doesn't matter anymore, but... like, in Matt's circumstances, like, finding that Desert Small in Mire, and then the Red Cane in Desert, where Andy save scummed it. Like, that's a pretty good... Would have been a pretty good time save for Andy, but did take that extra death, right? So... That being said, it's just... It hasn't been... I don't know. I throw around the term this isn't fun a lot, but it seems all right. I don't know how I feel about it being best of 16 playing this seed. My opinion. Specifically, and at least in my circumstances, this would probably be my weakest mode. God, that purple, sorry, pink ball just flew across the screen. I thought I was gonna bounce back off the ledge and just straight nosedive to Matt, honestly. I feel like there's a world where that would have happened. Matt gonna get his big key here. All right. So Matt gonna get his big key here to Meyer. That's why he couldn't go back to Meyer. That's another reason. In Matt's circumstances, I don't really think he has much left to do anyways, right? Like, he has Swamp to die for one item. Or he can go back to Meyer here, or do this old man. Has Spike Cave as well. Has the cape to do Spike Cave with Hat Magic. Andy could with his heart situation, but would need a potion. He could go back in ice. No, he can't. He doesn't have hammer. So, like, I don't know what I don't think he did all of ice, unless he did and he was just, oh wait, no, he had red cane for ice, so he would have done it quick. Never mind. So he would have done it faster than Andy. Wait, Andy had it for ice too, didn't he? He grabbed mirror and left. What a strong play. Big key misery mine. All right. I know what chat's thinking right now. They roll their eyes like, Solski, do we have to just commentate the race for you? Yes, chat, you do. Thank you. I'm taking my break, all right? I saw a map there real quick, so I did see information on Meyer. So Matt now knows that Meyer's a crystal is probably going to be heading to Meyer right away. Yep. Okay. Is going to Light Worlds? Oh, he's just gonna bypass the swamp movement. Did they do Big Fairy yet? No. So with Fat Fairy, the consideration here is they would need Hammer or Castle Tower done in Logic. Both of them would just do a Kern jump to get there if they wanted to do it out of Logic, but I feel like it's kind of a cheeky play out of Logic at this point. Mind you, Andy does have one Castle Tower key, so that could be on his radar. He is walking to do this shovel check now. Did cash in Sick Kid? Nothing. Alright, so Andy has the lead on crystals now, actually. Whereas Matt is about to get his 5th crystal. So Matt is actually tailing on crystals for the first time this race. And he getting his small key to pod. Okay. So it should be 3-3 now. Is Fat Fairy available with Mirror? Good question. Maybe. Maybe. I guess we'll find out. Andy's heading there, guys. All right, well, inverted Keysanity would be my weakest mode. I wasn't lying to you guys. I would never do that. And he's just gonna go ahead and mirror this Fairy bomb, I guess. Yeah, it's not a no. All right, Matkap making his way into Vinny. God. I feel like this race has exposed me, guys. Alright, Andy gonna get a small key here to pod. It's pretty funny that's here. So that's 4 for him now. I believe 4 for Matkap as well. That Matt has 4 as well. Okay. I wasn't... Guys, I just clicked the tracker on my OBS. Please help me. Hammer found, finally. All right, the seat's playable now. All right, cool. Andy potentially, maybe possibly in go. Maybe possibly in go. So Andy's gonna go ahead and finish pod here. Hoping to hit a crystal. I don't think he has the knowledge on it yet. He has pod, he has swamp, he has Hera. 3 dungeons he can complete. He knows ice is a green pendant. So by that math, he should have 7 crystals. With TR being the lone wolf, right? If TR's a crystal, then stats-wise, it sucks. Matkap finding that small key to swamp. Where do you go next? Where do you go next? Matkap now with 5 crystals. So Matt has to beeline his ass over to Fat Fairy here. Has to. The longer he plays with that hammer, he doesn't have much left though, right? So I imagine he kind of plays it now. He's gonna go right back to ice. Just mirrored after getting mirror. Or is he just going for the warp and then gonna take the warp there? I guess this is smart actually. Yeah, he's gonna take the warp. He's gonna swim over to Fat. Okay. Okay, this is smart. Yeah, he's gonna swim over. Yep. This is smart. These are people that have played inverted way more than I have. Matkap. Matkap, what are you doing? What are you doing, Matt? You don't want any of this, Matt. You don't want to go here. There's nothing but pain. There's nothing but pain and misery here. You don't want this. He's doing it. Oh god. Andy now with the strong lead over Matt. Strong lead. It's all dependent on where the last 2 crystals are at this point. If it's pod is one of them, and if Hair or Swamp ends up being the other, I think GG at this point. Cold sword in the first chest in Swamp. Can you imagine you just played that early? You're like, I just want to play that gamble rate. It's like the worst reward ever. Red rupee. Crystal. Andy has 6 crystals now. Okay. If I'm Andy, where do I go? Hera, honestly? Hera, I feel? Hera is a quick one, honestly. Hera is probably the quickest. Yeah, he's gonna go Hera. Okay. Does not have information on Hera yet. He's gonna play it. Okay, Matt had to... He did only the first couple of chests to swamp on the left. Okay. This tracks, honestly. He did that with... What did I just click? I just clicked something on the tracker. I don't know what it was. Whatever. Oh, it was the book off. Okay. He did this in ice, right? With getting the mirror and he just left. He's doing it again in swamp. Just checking a couple of chests and it's like, no. Oh yeah, it doesn't have a hammer, so he can't progress. You're right. But he's not utilizing the mirror in the right spot. He's going around. This is like if your brain was thinking Dark World and Light World at the same time. Alright, well, he'll get his hammer, so this is going to be a much closer race. Thank God. Matt didn't have much left anyways at this point, right? But, big but, Andy does have a crystal lead. Did dip pod, did get a crystal. I don't think Matt has information on pod yet. So where does Matt go next? He has 0 information. Where are you going to go? Does he go Hera first? He goes Hera first. Okay. Okay. Small key to Turtle Rock. Awesome. It's been a close one. I've enjoyed this race. So we're gonna have Matt pretty much following Andy's footsteps now. He's gonna go ahead to Hera. Both runners don't have the big key. So this is where I'm thinking is this is an uh-oh, right? It's 128 now in this race. I don't know if I'm risking and feeling behind by making this play to Hera. I know I'm making this play to Hera because it's easy. But at 129, there's a high chance that this big key's in GT. Very high chance. Could be a pendant dungeon. So that's kind of where my head would go, and that's why I would rather play swamp in this spot. But I get that Hera's faster, and it's probably the least time spent. Actually, is that even true? Because of all the walking you have to do up here? What do we get? Am I just shut down and dumb? Nope. Pendant. Called it! Andy! Gaming the knowledge here. Gets another small kid at GT. Just for his troubles. Does not pick up the pendant, so saves time there. Very good heads up play. Big key to Swamp Palace. Ah, spectacular. Your next place you're gonna go. Alright, so Matt's gonna go in, get his pendant. You know, Andy actually didn't collect that pendant, but I'm gonna still mark it as he killed the boss. I need reference point that he did it. Show him that he did it later. Alright. There we go. Swamp Palace. Okay. A different bomb lineup. I feel like every time I see people do Harapot, it's like a different lineup every time. So unfortunately for Matt, this is just kind of putting him further away from his 6th crystal, right? By doing this Hera play. Can't fault him for it. It's not a bad play. Again, if you think about it critically enough. He's going to go for the items here first. Interesting. Okay. So he's playing it like a normal Hera. He's going to get this key here and done. Honestly, I've never really thought about, again, thinking about like in this kind of circumstance. I never really thought about running it the way Andy did. It's pretty smart. It's pretty smart. Shoutouts to Bootless Seeds at 131, by the way. Just the worst. Just the worst. All right, don't take a Moldorm Fall here, please. For the love of, thank you. I want to keep this close, guys. I haven't had a really, really close matchup in the end cast yet. I think I've cast about 10 or 12 matches on this channel so far, and all of them have been predetermined by GT. So I'm kind of hoping to break that streak here, but I feel like Andy's going to get Crystal 7 here in Swamp, and then that's ball game, but we'll see. The only thing that can still make this interesting, I think, at this point is if TR is a bit required and the big key is still wild. So if TR big key is found here in Spike Cave that Matt is actually going to play, that could be a big moment. Because then Matt's going to play TR. And Andy's going to continue through a potential pendant swamp. Okay, what do we got? Unexciting red rupee. Well, Matt does have a quake as well. It's just, guys, I clicked OBS again. Oh my god. Why though? Stop blinking. Stop. Okay, I don't know what, guys, I don't know why it's blinking. All right, it's just blinking. I can't, can I do that? Wait, why can't I do that? What, how does that make sense? What is this? God. Big key to Hera found in Swamp by Andy. Guys, don't mind me. I'm just gonna get aggravated with this. I think I made the blinky go away. I think. Oh no, it's just on Andy's side now. Okay, that's cool. You know, I kind of like that actually. It's gonna be like the indicator of what the last item is I tracked. I don't mind it, honestly. How many Ganon falls is Andy behind? About 8 dead memes. About 8 dead memes. Matkap does not need another TR small because he save scummed the Poke Key like a actual genius. I didn't really think of that as a possibility. But again, I'm awful at this mode. All right. We're going to find out about 5 seconds, guys, if Andy's in go. Everyone's like praying right now. They have their hands together. They're like, please, please. Crystal. Andy's in go mode. Matt's going to get a 6th crystal. I would say that's the real GG moment right there. Matt still has to go to pod. I think it's a little too late in keys. Both runners have GT big key. They have the appropriate amount of small keys to climb. Real easy peasy. And Andy's just a short little waddle away from that Ganon's Tower. Of course, Ganon's Tower being at the Castle Tower spot in inverted. And completely bootless seed. Boot's probably buried in GT or the classic spot. Post Moldorm. The classic spot. Everyone's favorite. Guys, I would not be surprised if someone ever wants to run a tournament where it's just like actually bootless seeds. Where someone just like dead ass goes, you know, I think would be a great idea. Bootless Link to the Past tournament. I would not be surprised. Andy making his climb to GT. Matkap about to find his Hera big. Tower Hera. Yup. I would call for a community shun. I would as well. We should all pitch together and get like a community trebuchet. For things like that. You're not actually going to use the trebuchet. It's going to be like a small one, right? I feel like trebuchet is probably appropriate. Look at that little spike D-boost by Andy. Just the little things, right? A little bit of a pick-me-up. Odd time. Pretty smooth G1 for Andy. Feel like the mechanics are coming back now. Took him an hour 30, but he got there. Matkap just spin away from Argus here. G3 done for Andy. Can't dash by the ice bricks. Stalfo says no on the bow, but Andy's gonna be able to kill him there. I actually got really good placement on that Stalfo there. All right, so Matt's gonna pick up a 6 crystal here. Nice. Great. I imagine it's gonna head over to pod next. Next completable dungeon. You know, ice is a pendant. Yeah, easy call. Not much left, honestly, in this seed for both runners, actually. Not just doing a little bit more. Matt did save off on the ice palace though, but Andy did not do some plays like quick fish in spike cave, so they all kind of worked out a little bit. Both runners having some bad deaths in the game, but you know, Andy just getting that hammer first paid, shown to be kind of the difference maker here. Actually, a non-boots, old style, easy Triforce hunt would be hilarious. Geriatric racing, God. I will only approve that is if there's like a MSU pack where it's just Benny Hill music the whole time. Like every entrance cave is just Benny Hill music. Okay. Boulder 2 for Andy. No chest checking. Does not want boots at this point. He's saying no. Does he check this last chest? Probably not. Or does the curiosity get the best of him? Just sits there for a minute. But it's he's like, nope. Okie dokie. No boots found this seed. Sick. Aga 2. This is grade 6 geometry all over again, guys. And it shows that most people are really bad at grade 6 geometry. Andy, well, certainly one of them at this point. Not really good. Not really a good 2 and 3, but actually salvages the 3 really well there. Does get the double. Did get the energy hits a little bit off. So he was a 1-0-2-2. Yep. There's the last one there. Awesome. But just kind of an awkward scene in general, right, guys? The late hammer really made this one awkward, I feel. More so than I thought it would, honestly. I didn't think this one was going to be that bad, but it turned out pretty bad. Looked pretty good from the start, but let's see, found a way. All right, not getting his 7th crystal here. Knows now he's in go mode officially. He's going to be heading on over to GT. Still great time for both our runners, given how the seats played. Funny thing about the boots, lack of boots is no silvers. See, that's why I was like wondering about Andy's play to pod. That's why I didn't like it. It turns out Bo is free at Sash, right? But it's one of those things like, I don't know. Yeah, Andy gonna have to set up for the silverless sword spins here. Shouldn't be too much of a problem. Just 12 to go. It's gonna set up for some triple trips. This is the timing on that one. I definitely thought I had one small key to pod. Okay, so it was something. I thought maybe you felt like you were a little behind. Or maybe you wanted to play really aggressive. But when I saw 0 small keys, I actually double checked. I was like, this play is Monka, dude. If it paid off, it would have been amazing. That play made you play way more aggressive. Yeah, I saw a trend for sure. Like the ice play. But yeah. And you're gonna win, unfortunately. Nice time, gamer. Official time of 1:43:17. 1:42:56, sorry. Got it. But Andy taking the 1-0 lead on Matkap here in the best of 3 series in the bracket. Sweet 16. It'll link to the past. Randomizer terminated. Oh, can I say that, or am I gonna get DMCA'd? I meant guys, round 2 brackets. I didn't say anything that was copyrighted, right? The round 2 brackets. Matkap electing to forfeit. Knows that Andy's won. It's like, I don't need another Ganon fight under my belt. I'm good, man. I'm good. Honestly, I feel like forfeits in general, I'll just like kind of use this as a soapbox. I feel like forfeits in general were like grossly underutilized in early with the past stuff. Like a lot of people just like playing out the seeds, which was fine. But I feel like in tournament play, it's like so much better for everything. Like you're just like, yeah, you know what, he won. It's fine. Game's over. If I was at like Ganon, I'd probably still play it, but like other than that, I'm just like, yeah, see ya. Bro, if I wasn't streamer as a job, I would forfeit every race I lose. See, it's a good luxury to have, isn't it? But I probably quit way more races than I should at that point. I've actually forfeit races I would have won. TBH. Like there's a couple of weeklies where it's just like, all right, there's no way I'm winning this. I'm so far behind. And then I check other people's streams after I forfeit and I'm like ahead. I just like bury my head. I'm like, oh God. But yeah, Andy gonna not advance yet. Still has at least one more match with Matkap. I believe they were looking at scheduling maybe on the weekend, but that's not confirmed. So that's all you guys are gonna know about it. And we're gonna see some more randomizer action in the near future. What a fun time, hey chat? What a fun time. And the couch catch sleeps again forever. All right, guys, so that's gonna do it for this broadcast. For Andy versus Matkap. But I got a treat for you guys. I talked about it earlier in chat. Guys, Total is back to work cooking up the good stuff. He's testing something now. He's testing a couple of things actually. But I'm gonna do a test seed of his newest product. Let's call it. I don't want to ruin the surprise, but might be worth checking out. So I'm gonna take a quick breather, guys. Let the credits roll, and I'll be back for that.